With education funding cuts along with youth unemployment hitting 5%, all because of skill gaps and lack of privileges. This is a real and urgent matter around us. Our country's future is at stake.
And that is why we are building edquity. Edquity is a web application that can control and also track Indonesia's education situation right now in Indonesia. As you can see here, we can see the Indonesia's education index map with all the indexes here, literacy rate under the school participation rate. And we can also see the number total of number of students, teachers, and schools in Indonesia, and also the national budget allocation. And we can also see from each of the province, because when we see the Indonesian itself, we might see a good number. But if you dive deep into each of the province, it might differ from one another. You can see in Jakarta that the current budget allocation is quite high, and then you can see, but actually the ratio is already good, and the gap score is not that high. So if we see from another city or province, let's see from Papua, we can see that the number of gap is currently higher than Jakarta, and so the number of ratio needs to be fixed. So when we see that a ratio needs to be fixed, then there has to be an improvement. So here we can see that there are some action plan that we can do, that the government can do to Papua, and then we will give them the action plan and also the smart budget allocation. They can pick their own parameters that they wanted to include in the smart budget allocation counter, and then once they have already set the funding recommendation, they will be able to see the project impact from year to year. So if you can see here, there are the heat map of Papua, and then when you slide the timeline from year to year, you will be able to see that the heat map is decreasing from time to time. So here's what we propose. So we propose a one-stop solution to see the current situation from each of the province, and then the funding recommendation and action plan, and how it impacted the region itself. Thank you.